what is good, everybody? Back at my channel for you guys today. And so in today's video, guys, we're gonna be looking right back into the weather. Once again, bro, the weather's kind of getting pretty crazy. Actually, it doesn't look that bad, but let's go ahead and jump right into the forecast. And we're gonna go ahead, guys, and look at today's severe weather potential. Hold up, guys. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and, guys, and jump right into the severe weather, guys. I want to get you guys, make sure that you guys know all about the severe weather coming up. We're going to be mainly talking about a lot of things today, so make sure to stay tuned for you guys today. So, guys, today we are starting off with day 1, which is today, July 12th of 2026. It is Sunday. And we have a lot of big updates on here, and I was already planning this, mapping this out, and I was looking at current conditions, and I was like, yeah, they're mainly going to worsen. And we have 3 areas under a slight risk of severe weather. Now, let's go ahead and start over with this one over here across the southern mid-Atlantic. And this will mainly be across almost the entire state of South Carolina. You are under a slight risk of severe weather, and even if you're in parts of eastern Georgia, if you're in Augusta, Georgia, Savannah, Georgia now. Savannah was only under a marginal, so that means conditions are worsening. If you're in Wilmington, South Carolina, or even if you're in just to the south of Charlotte, North Carolina, in parts of southern North Carolina, it's not just Charlotte, so parts of all southern and southeastern North Carolina, you are in a slight risk of severe weather as well, including Savannah, Charleston, Myrtle Beach, and Florence, even Columbia, South Carolina. Yes, you are in a slight risk of severe weather. Let's go ahead and look at our marginal risk, and this is going to be pretty big. This is going to be the big one. So we have marginal risk of severe weather from all the way from eastern New Mexico, and that's going all the way through central and northern Texas. And this is just going to be like a big line. And as you guys can already tell, this is going to be, and as you guys know, we're getting into our typical summer thunderstorm patterns. And, and as you guys know, I keep telling you guys, 40-plus states getting stormed daily. It could be, conditions are worsening a lot, and that's what I really start to realize, that we could be bumping this up to 45-plus states getting storms, especially across the summertime, because this is where it can hit peak intensity. But let me just go ahead and look at it again. So we have a big line of marginal risk severe storms. If you're in Dallas, Wichita Falls, Shreveport, Alexandria, Jackson, Mississippi, Birmingham, Montgomery, Atlanta, in cities like that, and even if you're in Amarillo, Texas, or just to the southwest of Oklahoma City, yeah, you guys are in a marginal risk of severe weather. If you're in, if you're in southern Arkansas, including if you're in Texarkana, yes, you guys are all under. And even if you're in Orlando, Daytona Beach, Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Florida, if you're in far eastern Tennessee, all the way up there to North Carolina, yes, guys, this will be a pretty big day of severe weather today. Now, these are mainly going to be all isolated severe storms, as you guys know how the marginal risks get set up. This is going to be pretty concerning because we also got another slight risk of severe weather across the northern UP. Let's go ahead and zoom into that. I'm going to show you guys what that looks like over here. And I think if you're in Marquette, Michigan now, you guys are under a slight risk of severe weather, so make sure to stay on those storms today. And if you're also in northern Wisconsin, if you're in Green Bay, Wisconsin, you guys are in a marginal risk of severe weather. And if you're in northern Michigan, and not just the northern UP of Michigan, but also if you're in northern Michigan, like just to the north of Cadillac, Michigan, or Traverse City, Michigan. And if you're Wausau, Wisconsin, you guys are under a marginal risk of severe weather. And guys, we also got a marginal risk of severe weather up here across southern parts of Canada and Montana. If you're in, let's see what cities we got over here. I can't find it. Okay, it's not showing in the cities, but anyways, if you're in this part of Montana, make sure to stay on alert today for some isolated severe thunderstorms. Let's see, bro, it's starting to get pretty cloudy. And then also, let's go ahead and check down near into the southwest. If you guys, we have some pretty big severe weather today. If you're across Southern California all the way in there to southern Arizona, and you're under a slight risk of severe weather. If you are in Phoenix all the way down to Tucson, Arizona, if you're in Scottsdale, Bucky, Casagrande. Wow, that's a really random name. Yeah, if you're in places like that in Arizona and even all the surrounding areas, if you're in the surrounding area of the slight risk of severe weather, you are under a marginal risk. So if you're just to the south of Flagstaff, Arizona, you will be seeing some thunderstorms today. But if you're just to the south of that, you will be seeing severe storms because you're in the marginal risk of severe weather. And just remember, guys, let's go ahead and look at our tornado threat. And let's see. I think we might. We might. I was going to say, like, we're probably going to have some isolated tornadoes up there in that slight risk of severe weather. So we have a 2% chance of a tornado risk. Wow, 104 degrees down there. That's crazy. So if you're up there in the northern UP, you are under a 2% chance of an isolated tornado threat. If you're in probably, let's see, mainly if you're in that slight risk of severe weather, you are in a 2% chance of a tornado risk. Let's go ahead, guys, and look at our hail threat. Now, this is going to be the big one, especially, let's see, and this is mainly going to be up here across that marginal risk and slight risk of severe weather. And that will mainly be right there, if I could frame it, and that will be, we have a 15% chance of a large to very large hail threat. And this will mainly be in the northern UP again. If you're in Marquette, Michigan, you are going to be getting with some pretty big hail today. Some pretty big large to very large hail. Golf ball size or higher is very possible. And yeah, guys, we're looking at lots of storms everywhere, and this is why we get up to the 40-plus states and then all that other stuff, because then the next thing you know, later on this week, guys, we're going to have that shift down to the Midwest, and we're going to have the South and Southwest now. We're going to have states like California, Southern Nevada, Utah, all the way up there to Idaho. We're going to be seeing more severe storms up there, and even across the Central and Southern Plains, you know. Yeah, guys, so everything is coming together. And let's go ahead and look at our wind threat, and guys, this will probably be the main concern. We have some pretty big wind threat, and especially if you're up there in the northern UP, we're going to be seeing some really bad weather today. So make sure you stay on alert if you're in Marquette, Michigan, northern Wisconsin, up there into the northern UP and northern Michigan, and even some small parts of Canada and Minnesota. Please, you guys just got to stay on alert, all right? Because we're under 15% chance of both large to very large hail and large to very large damaging straight line wind gusts. And these guys can be up to 70 to 75 plus miles per hour. And even if you're in the marginal risk, you can be seeing 60 to 65 miles per hour winds up there. And you're mainly going to be in the 5% chance. So if you're mainly in that marginal risk, we're probably going to be mainly seeing the most highest concern will be our wind threat, some large damaging wind gust. And that will probably be up to 60 miles per hour. So if you're all the way from eastern Oklahoma, from southern all the way from Dallas, if you're from Dallas, all the way down there into even if you're just to the north of Miami, you will be seeing some damaging wind gusts today, and those can be up to 60 miles per hour. And guys, if you guys are in the Midwest and we're seeing all the calm right now, do not take it as it's nothing, because you never know. Because also, we already know that conditions can also make storms worse, and we already got storms being everywhere. And it's already getting worse a lot, and especially if you're in the southeast. I mean, we've been having daily thunderstorms here, and these are typical summer patterns that actually start in April all the way to early December. That's when our 50-state storm days happen really, really commonly, and that's mainly where the threat is right there. But let's go ahead. There goes our wind threat. So if you're in that slight risk of severe weather across the southern mid-Atlantic, like in states like South Carolina, eastern Georgia, if you're in places like Augusta, Savannah, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, down there into Wilmington, and even Charlotte, North Carolina, you are in a 15% chance of some large to very large damaging wind gusts. And that will mainly be your main concern. Even if you're in the slight risk of severe weather over here across Arizona, including Tucson and Phoenix, and even states over there, you are in a 15% chance of some large to very large damaging wind gusts. And again, those can be up to 77 miles per hour. And guys, just remember, these can knock down trees and take out power. So, make sure you just stay on alert for that. Make sure you have some type of backup plan if these storms can get really, really destructive. Because the last storm, guys, we got here, I think it was like two storms ago. We got this one storm that was on July 4th, and it caused a lot of damage. The wind was blowing crazy. We had lots of lightning. and thunder, and the thunder was getting really loud, and but we was only under marginal risk. So even guys, if you're in a marginal risk of severe weather, you have to stay on alert because you never know. Conditions can always start to worsen because I remember we went from a marginal risk all the way up into an enhanced risk of severe weather here in Greenwood, Indiana. So yeah, so if you're in that slight risk of severe weather, anywhere, if you're in the slight risk, if you're in the northern UP and the northern parts of Canada, or if you're down there in slight risk of severe weather across eastern Georgia or South Carolina, or South Carolina and southern North Carolina, or if you're in that southern part of Arizona, yep, you just gotta stay on alert, guys. All right, guys, let's go ahead and look at the day 2 categorical outlook. And this is where my stuff starts to combine, like our thunderstorm threat starts to expand significantly. See, now we have almost the entire state of Nevada covered in a thunderstorm risk. And guys, usually these will be high thunderstorm risk. I can already tell by my like the current radars, future radars, and guys, these are just typical summer thunderstorms, especially if you're in the general thunderstorm risk. Cause look, we have a big thing of thunderstorms, and now we have already Boise, Idaho, all the way down over here into parts of southern Virginia. Like this is like the things where you have to mainly stay on alert because we also got thunderstorms across Alaska, especially in southern Alaska. We have giant supercell thunderstorms that Canada is experiencing. Yeah, so basically if you're in all the way from Juneau, like Alaska, all the way down into there, like, yeah, guys, you just have to stay on alert. It's just very important because we have severe thunderstorms coming to Canada as well. And even if you're in Mexico as well, like you'll be seeing thunderstorms down there. But anyways, guys, let's go ahead and look at our severe threats. And these will be mainly a low in day threat of severe weather. We got 2 areas under marginal risk of severe weather. And I am and I already knew it was gonna happen, and I'm starting to see that we have a increase of severe weather up here across Montana. Oh my god, I said Montana. Anyways, across Montana, if you're in Helena, Great Falls, wow, Bozeman, Montana. Okay. But yeah, if you're in places like that, or even just more to the west of Billings, or like at least 20 to 30 minutes away from Billings, Montana, you are in a marginal risk of severe weather. So if you're in Helena, Great Falls, or even Bozeman, I do not know why is this a city? Seriously. Make sure to stay on alert for that. And I don't think we do not have a tornado threat tomorrow, unless conditions start to increase, and this can potentially turn into a slight risk of severe weather up there. Or even again down here, because we've been having back-to-back days of severe weather across the southeast, guys. It's just getting crazy. We got a marginal risk of severe weather again across that slight risk that we're getting. It just mainly just shifted a little bit more. Now North Carolina is mainly just in a thunderstorm risk. Like mainly how all of these other states are. Holy moly. That is just insane. And we even got thunderstorm risk up here across the Northeast. So guys, this is where it is basically storming everywhere across the United States. Okay. And the maps prove it, alright? So, and we got a marginal risk across Charleston, Savannah, Augusta. If you're just if you're more to the east of Atlanta, you are also in, guys, a marginal risk of severe weather. Let's go ahead and look at our tornado threat. And once again, I don't think we do not have a tornado threat. Yep, we do not have a tornado threat for this day, unless storm chances start to increase, and we could probably see an isolated tornado threat. That could probably be 2% chance. Let's go ahead and look at our hail threat, and we do not have a hail threat either. But I think our main concern will be a large to very large damaging straight line wind threat. And yep, sure is. And that will mainly be across our marginal risk of severe weather. So even, guys, if you're in just the regular thunderstorm risk, you could be seeing probably winds up to 40 to 50 miles per hour. So even if you're like just even to the south or to the east or to the north or the west of these severe weather areas, you never know, because you could be seeing these same storms right there. Like let's just say, hold up. If you're in Billings, Montana, all right? Let's go ahead and go to our categorical. No, not day 1. Let's see, day 2. There it is. So if you're in like Billings, Montana, or even places right over here, like if you're in places like that, like you can also be seeing the same amount of intensity that these marginal risk areas are getting. because and you're sitting just right out of the thunderstorm risk area. So if you're mainly around in this area, you could be seeing some more thunderstorms too. So make sure to stay on alert for that, because it's not, you're not just under any threat. Like, even if you're in Bismarck and the storms do not start to calm down. Like, also, guys, once you notice, like, the heat, we have lots of heat over here. Like, we have 100-degree temperatures up here, and in North Dakota. So, and that can actually intensify the storm, because, guys, the sun actually, especially when the sun out before a storm comes and the sun is out, that can make conditions worsen a lot. That gives the storm more fuel. So, like, and even if you're in far northern, or even northwestern, or even if you're in parts of Idaho up here, like, you can also be seeing some more storms. So you never know, guys. You just got to stay on alert for that. But yeah, mainly our wind threat will be the main concern. Should be a 5% chance of a large to very large damaging straight line wind gust. And once again, guys, that can be up to at least 60 to 65 miles per hour. So make sure to stay on that. If you're in Helena, all the way down over here into South Carolina and parts of eastern Georgia. Let's go ahead, guys, and look at our day 3 categorical outlook. And guys, this is going to be a pretty big day. Like how I was saying, now this is just starting to become a full line of storms. And mainly, there's only like just a couple regions out of these thunderstorm risks. Because look at this, guys. Doesn't this look absolutely crazy? The entire state of Nevada is in a thunderstorm risk. And that is absolutely crazy. And once again, now we have a slight risk of severe weather, and I shouldn't know, because they were gonna be and I was also seeing conditions up here across the Northeast, and I was gonna be like, man, we could potentially have a severe weather day, and I specifically said day 3, and I should alert you guys, and I should have made a video like a quick short about it, telling you guys about the upcoming weather. I just didn't. I forgot to tell you guys. I'm so sorry about that. We got a slight risk of severe weather across northern and central Maine, and mainly be across the Northeast. So mainly if you're in far northern New York, northern Vermont, and northern New Hampshire, all the way in there to Bangor, Maine, all the way up there into Caribou, Maine, you are under a slight risk of severe weather. So, and we probably might have an isolated tornado threat. It's probably not going to be as strong, so it might be less than 2%. We don't know. It might be less than 2%. But man, dude, this is looking crazy. And we have another marginal risk of severe weather, and that, once again, now expands a lot. So now, like I was saying, states like Idaho could be seeing some more thunderstorms, and even potential strong to severe storms. Yep. Now we have, but this is going to be a small part of Idaho. Like, this doesn't even look that big. Yeah, it's genuinely just like a small part of eastern Idaho. Just a small part of eastern Idaho. And if you're in Great Falls, again, Helena, Montana, and even Billings, Montana, now, once again, see, I told you, see, the conditions can get worse. And now Billings, Montana is in a general thunderstorm risk. But the thing is, the marginal risk, it is right there. Billings is just to the northwest of this marginal risk of severe weather. So you could probably be seeing some strong to severe storms as well if you're just to the west of because Billings is just to the west of this marginal risk of severe weather. So even if you're in Billings, Montana, stay on alert for those thunderstorms that are coming to your area. In Billings, we're literally seeing an excessive heat wave, and we're getting temperatures over here in literally the hundreds. 112 degrees in Billings, Montana. Now, literally, if I was out there, I could not survive. If I tried to go outside in that heat, I wouldn't even last at least 2 minutes. Okay, now come on, let's just be real, like, right now, guys. I mean, you would just not last that long. It's just really just not possible. All right, it gets really hot quickly. Let's go ahead, guys, and yet we have a giant thunderstorm risk, and this now again expanded now into the Midwest, in parts of the Midwest, and up there now into the Northeast. So, guys, you never know for the. It's gonna be day 4 right now, but I'm looking at some pretty giant thunderstorm risk again. Make sure to show you guys that in the other videos. Let's go ahead and look at our probabilistic, and that will mainly be in that slight risks into the marginal risk. And we have a 15% chance of all hazards, at least 2 hazards being on the table, which means some large to very large damaging straight line wind gusts and some large to very large hail. and I'll mainly be across that slight risk of severe weather. And we still got a 5% chance around of those surrounding marginal risk, even including that marginal risk up there in the northwest. Let's go ahead and guys talk about our 40 plus states getting stormed. Now, guys, we've been seeing this, and we have at least probably hit day 15 of our 45 to 50 states getting this 45 plus weeks of storms. And guys, I've been really mapping out at least a lot. I think I got I do not just use that weather app. I use other weather apps too. Including I use weather apps on my phone. And mainly, I already know what's gonna happen on stuff, and this is usually the reason why I might get stuff correct. And also, I use I try to go outside and try to detect the atmosphere and see what's gonna happen and all that. But I've been seeing 45 plus states. We might have to start bumping that up now to 45 plus states getting storms. Because look at the maps. We have been seeing a lot of thunderstorms. And guys, next video we're actually gonna talk about that with the severe weather potential. So and once again, guys, we got 45 to 50 states getting this, 20 plus days of storms, 40 plus states getting 25 plus days, and 35 plus states getting 30 plus days. Yeah, you guys. Look at this. We have a thunderstorm risk all the way from. This is literally the Pacific Northwest down into the Southeast. This is a full line of it. It's not just one part. This is a full line of thunderstorms. So, and that is just absolutely crazy. So if you're in the Southern Plains, from the Pacific Northwest down into the Southeast, and even parts of the Southern Plains and Southern Midwest, and even the Northeast, guys, this is just going to be really crazy, especially later on this week. And that's when we're going to be having the entire map filled with strong to severe thunderstorms and regular thunderstorms. And then more 50-state storm days are coming, with one coming, and we have 50 state storm days coming this week, actually. So, yeah. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like the subscribe button. And guys, now we're gonna have to start bumping Dixie Alley up to now 40 plus states. So now we got 40 plus states in all alleys: Tornado Alley, Hail Alley, and Dixie Alley. And guys, but before I actually end this video, let's talk about this really fast. We have a El Nino forming, and this is mainly heading towards the Philippines. Right now, you guys just make sure to go check out those maps. Try to search it up on the web, see what's going on. I'll try to give you guys a video about it and what's all coming. But yeah, guys, 40 plus states getting thunderstorms. It's just a lot to deal with, and all this also, guys, has happened simultaneously. And guys, 50 state storm days, and these guys are also coming with. Even we have 50 state storm days that happen from May to early November. And those can be 50 state strong to severe thunderstorm days. And those happen. And those are starting to happen now, especially starting in August. Again, we already have 50 state storm days already. But starting in early August, that's when it can for sure hit the peak. And then, guys, because we're already seeing 50 state regular thunderstorm days, so thunderstorm activity. And then we have 45 to 50 of those states getting strong to heavy, dangerous, many severe thunderstorms. Okay? So yeah, we'll make sure, and I'll give you guys just a brief talk about that. And I already talked it out with Google. We got everything done, mapped out everything, got everything done. And guys, I usually know stuff for the next 9 to 10 weeks. So if you guys even want to know future stuff, and even give the next month, also guys, make sure you look at AccuWeather. They have daily forecasts and monthly forecasts. But thank you guys so much for this video. Please help me get to 3,000 subscribers, and thank you guys so much. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.